The big thing that I've learned is that I wasn't aware of, that a lot of the wafers are manufactured in Wales are shipped across to other parts of the world like China and Japan, but then them components, the packaged components, Siemens then obviously acquire as part of our manufacturing process. And I think there's quite an interesting challenge there. How do we bridge that gap? You know, today with the coronavirus and previously with the tsunami in Japan, sometimes it's quite difficult to get packaged components. Whereas actually if we bridge that gap and build that capability in the UK or in Wales, I think actually for the whole economy we'd benefit from that. We need an ecosystem to make that viable. I think to make the costs more globally competitive, I think there's a part to play with the Welsh Government to reduce the cost and reduce the risk and accelerate innovation to make it more globally competitive. So a piece of work there to be done. I think the catapult centres play a massive part in that, in terms of connecting people, building capabilities, reducing risk, and also help with the skills aspect of manufacturing as well. Part of my role, working with Digital Industries Division within Siemens, is work with the high-value manufacturing catapult centres. This is where we use our automation technologies, Siemens software. But I think there's also, we have manufacturing capabilities in the UK, and we acquire a lot of components from all around the world. And actually, within their own components will be wafers that are manufactured in Wales, just down the road from us. There's a massive impact because a lot of the components that we manufacture actually generate heat. The semiconductors generate heat. I think some of the new technologies allows us to manufacture smaller components. Maybe we don't need to actually have these components generating as much heat with these new technologies, so we wouldn't necessarily need heat sinks, for example, in our variable speed drives. So I think there's lots of scope. I think the challenge there is there's a balance between costs and value. You know, so what does it mean for our customers? If they have a smaller component that generates less heat, does that generate greater value for them? So there's a bit of a balance that we need to look at in terms of manufacturing and using these new technologies. I think from my perspective, I think, you know, the whole is worth more than the sum of the parts. If we could actually, if we were better at actually engaging with more and more people and sharing best practice across sectors, I think if we can get that right, you know, we'd be world beaters.